Boom. Well, this is it. This is the beginning of the Sergio Conceicao era, the first match, at least in the Serie A. There's a bit of a odd amount of calmness around Conceicao, considering the fact that this coach is known to be a bit of a drill sergeant. The fact that this is making us feel a little bit better and calmer is interesting because you would have expected a little bit more helter-skelter in this Milan side with the coach as strict and as much of an enforcer that Conceicao is. But there's just something about him playing today's lineup, bringing back especially Davide Calabria, that just makes you feel a little bit like, okay, things are maybe settling down a little bit with Milan. So I think the early signs are good. It's a live stream today. There's not going to be a 4 takeaways video. I have some plans for Saturday night, so I wanted to, not skip the game, spend some time with you guys, chat about the transfer window, chat about today's game, and see you tomorrow in the next Rumor or Real episode. So I figured, you know what, let's just go live. Now, I might have to make a couple of adjustments. I'm going to open up your comments. Everything, just give me a bit of time. I have a new system here that should be more efficient. Where did your comments go? I see where they are. Let's just fix this one thing. We like the square. There we go. And the game still hasn't kicked off. There's a bit of a delay. That's why there was a bit of a delay on the stream too. My apologies for that. Wasn't, still taking you guys seriously, but I just needed to get this set up. Now, okay, here we go. The chat disappeared. So I'm just going to have to pop this out again. Wait, so Emerson Royal was suspended. Okay, so that makes a little bit more sense. But at the same time, it's still, a good choice. He could have gone with Jimenez on the right flank. He chose to go with Davide instead. There's still no clarity on what's going to happen with Davide. That much is being said very clearly. That in spite of him, being the captain of Milan, that doesn't necessarily mean that he's going to be getting a contract renewal, which seems like he's not. I think Calabria's time at Milan is now over. But let's just dive into your comments while the players are high-fiving each other. It's also clear that now Paulo Fonseca, other coaches, they have made a decision that it is going to be Maignan who's going to be the captain of this Milan team. I guess they haven't gotten enough playtime from Calabria at all. And there's some concerns about even Theo Hernandez and his performances. At least recently there were. Now he's looking a lot better. But there's one leader that stands tall above everybody else at Milan, and that's Mike. That's the guy who's been given the captain's armband. And even if you hear a lot of players talk about this team, and even some journalists talk about this team, they've consistently said that if there's one player that comes close to being a leader on this Milan side, it has to be that guy is Mike. So I guess it all sort of adds up. If we look at the starting lineup for Milan, let's dive into that. So there's a moment of silence in memory of Fabio Culicini. Let me just see this. Nothing about this lineup that makes you feel nervous. So many times throughout the entirety of the beginning of the season, whenever Paulo Fonseca was, putting a team together, there was this concern and fear that, which change is he going to make? What aggressive, change is he going to make now? And you can see that today's lineup is about as good as this Milan team should be. And I think that's the calmness that I was talking about in the intro. Do not disturb, Fitbit. That's the calmness that I was talking about in the intro, that, his presence now makes me feel a little bit more comfortable about what's happening with this Milan team. We're about to kick off. We'll quickly jump through the lineup. No surprises here. That's the fact. You're looking at Mike in the back. You're looking at Davide Calabria. This is like last year's team pretty much for Milan, minus I guess Yusuf Fofana and Alvaro Morata. This is pretty much the team that Milan had been fielding last season. But that Fofana addition and the versatility that a player like Morata offers is gonna come in handy. Match has kicked off now. Let's get the volume up a little in my ear. And let's jump through your comments too now. Pulisic. Already 25 seconds and Milan has a corner kick. Pulisic passed it out to Calabria. Calabria with the cross in. And Milan gets on the corner kick there. Forza Milan, we need this today. Yes, this is the part that we've discussed in the past, right? That Theo Hernandez, let's just watch this corner kick unfold. Yusuf Fofana. Musa. Theo with the cross in. Milan looking aggressive. Rafael Leao, much more central, passes it out to Christian. Christian drives the ball out a little bit. Chooses to deliver this to Yunus. Yunus with a nice whipped flat cross. I like that. Look at that, Davide with the hustle. You know, you never know what might come out of Davide Calabria from under this new coach. Because the one thing that you can say about Calabria, you can criticize his skill. You know, most of us regularly do that. But the one thing that you can't really criticize about Calabria is his grit. He is a very gritty player. Oh, is that a penalty? No. He's a very gritty player. He has that intensity to him. Sort of, it's almost like sort of on the right flank, kind of like Pulisic minus the skills and the ability. Because Calabria is not remotely as skilled, even in his own position, pound for pound. But he definitely has that intensity to him. He has the ability to force his way forward. And I think a player like that might, you never know what's going to happen under Conceicao. He has a perfect, opportunity. Emerson is not there. It's the first game after the Supercopa. If he can get something good today, you just never know who becomes the player in favor for the coach. I mean, considering me saying that, someone saying, hope we sign a new right back in the very near future. That one's a little bit on the management, you have to say, because that's literally what they spent money on. And they literally let go of a center back or right back center back combo in Kalulu. So sure, Milan probably should sign a right back, but kind of already had one. Let him go. And signed one, and he's been okay. I'm not as critical of Emerson as some other people are, but yeah, I just don't think he pushes Milan to the next level from his position. Fofana does. He pushes Milan to the next level from his position. Fofana drives us in. Rafael Leao could have even just taken a crack at that from the edge of the box. If you just look at the way that Milan is playing right now and the way that they're lining up in the attacking front, they are significantly further up the pitch. They're also really crowding that center area of the box. They're overloading that little space, creating confusion amongst the defenders. They are playing at home. They're playing on the back of a cup win. They should be super aggressive, because worst case, you shouldn't. Worst case, you even lose the ball and they hit you on the transition and they score a goal. You have more than enough time right now. But if you really stamp your authority on the match from the very offset, look at that run from Leao. My goodness, Leao. Oh, that could have been, that was a phenomenal little horseshoe shape made by Rafael Leao. Yeah, Leao does look in the mood. Who was that ball to? Looked like for Fofana. Fofana passed it out too. Sorry, that was for Yunus. Musa just a little bit off from Reinders, but that was a good ball. Great ball, actually. Kush, finally getting to watch you live. Really? Man, you've been watching the videos for like probably years at this point. So you haven't tuned in for a live? I'm sad to hear that, man. But yeah, I don't really go live a lot. I probably go once every 2 months, maybe. Usually I try to go live when I know I have plans and I can't make 4 takeaways, but I still want to, make sure I'm there. And you guys are, sorry, my phone's going off like crazy. It's all the Twitter updates for the game. So let's mute these real quick. Let's mute the friends group too. Excited about tonight, but I'm busy with you guys, my other friends. Rangers, Leao on the left flank. Leao going back to his more traditional position. He'd been playing a lot more central in the beginning 5 minutes of the game. TG. Theo playing that inverted role. No one on the overlap. But Leao doesn't mind that too much if no one's on the overlap because he can easily take on his man. Reinders with a lovely close down. Leao moves a little bit more central. Take a shot. Don't be scared, Rafa. Morata with the cross in. I thought that may have, if it was a little bit closer to the penalty spot, there could have been a Milan player on the end of it. Let's see what you guys are saying. Hopefully Calabria losing the captaincy will motivate him to do more on the pitch. Yeah. Honestly, just the fact that the guy hasn't even been offered a contract renewal till now, that's got to be playing on him. And he probably sees every game as an audition to really prove his quality. And if he can do that on a consistent basis, I believe Milan will offer him a contract. I just don't think that they think that he's going to take them to the next level. I just don't know how they're trusting Emerson to do that then. But Yusuf lost the ball there. It was a bit of a careless ball even from Ficaio. Oh, Cagliari with the lovely cross in with space. Oh, that should be a free header. What is he doing? Yeah, he just went for a really clumsy overhead something kick. I don't even know what that was. My guy, just head it. What are you doing? Viola with a... Oh my God, he's trying to go aerial with the outside of his foot. I've never seen that. Not a scissor kick, not a header, and he had time for it. Did a bit much there. Kush, what do you think about the ceiling of Reinders is? Osiander asks. The ceiling of Reinders. The thing with Reinders is he's pretty much doing everything that you want a creative midfielder in his position to be able to do. He's doing it, and he's doing it consistently. So really the only ceiling now becomes whatever he creates for himself. How many goals can he score? How much more involved in attack can he get? How many assists can he pick up in a season? Because in terms of quality and in terms of raw talent and skill set, he's shown that he is the guy. He can do it. So I think the ceiling of Reinders is now just doing more and more of what he's already doing. Leao on the left. Yep, he passes it out. That was a little too wide there from Leao to Pulisic. Pulisic also, Milan playing a much more dynamic front attacking system, because before we were seeing Leao a lot more central and Pulisic a little bit more further on the right. Well, Pulisic wasn't as involved in the beginning part, the first 5 minutes, and now Leao's moved significantly more to the left flank, and that inverted run that we see usually Theo Hernandez make towards the box, now Pulisic is making from that role. So he's not hugging the right side line, Christian, all the way. He's playing a little bit more central. I mean, you get the benefit of both the players being right-footed, and they can sort of, go inverted, go towards the penalty spot and take a crack on the ball from both Leao and Christian. So let's see this. This is looking like an interesting Milan. I think the one thing that this team could really use right now is just a goal. The first goal can really make this team feel good. Leao from outside the box. Again, central outside the box. Forces a save out of. Clyder says, Football Kush Live, these LA Fires can be on hold. My God, man. I hope they go on hold. Those Fires are really something else right now. I have a bunch of people I know in LA, and I look at their Instagram stories, and it's scary. I hope you're good, man, wherever you are. Man or lady, whoever you are. How good do you think Musa is? Patrick Luo asks. How good do I think Musa is? I've always consistently been a Musa fan in terms of his ability and the raw talent that he possesses. A lot of Milan fans are maybe a little bit more impatient with him. I really like him. I think he seriously has skill that he can really help this Milan team with. I like his direct approach. I like the fact that he's a risk taker. It's not very common for an American player at that age to be that much of a player who takes a chance. A lot of American players, you feel like, come to the European game and they try to fit in a little bit more, sort of earn their stripes, gain respect, and not play too risky a game. But Musa at 20 pretty much last season, he looked very fearless, and I love that about Musa. And I think if a Pulisic with a header in, if a quality like that can get a good coach attached to it, and can really harness that ability, wow, that's a great drive from Christian. Got into the box. He's asking for a penalty. Maybe they'll look for a replay here. But that was really lovely. There he goes, drives the ball in. I don't really see much. Pulisic went down asking for a penalty, but I don't think there's much there. So yeah, but with Musa, I feel like now 3 coaches. If you look at Pioli, he did try to give Musa a chance. I feel like Pioli was just sort of just all... I think he had just lost control of the team by the time Musa got there. But he still tried to play him more. And then you could see Fonseca was using him in his own method, using him as a right winger, dropping back, helping out the right back, because that was a leaky side for this Milan team. Fofana, lovely work, dispossessing one of the Cagliari players. But then now Conceicao has come in and he's also giving Musa a start. So that, to me, that cements it. If 3 coaches feel like that's the guy they're going to give a chance, he's not playing Loftus-Cheek yet. Maybe he will once he gets a little bit more fit, but I think Loftus-Cheek should be fit enough to be able to start today. But he's opting to go with Musa, and I think there's a reason behind it. So Yunus, I really like Yunus. I don't know why some Milan fans just hate on him. Not sure. It's so weird. One side is freezing, the other is burning. Yeah, man, it's snowing here. Well, it's not snowing right now, but it was snowing this morning. Tomori does a decent job of sort of driving their attacker out and goes out for a goal kick. I do feel a little bit for Matteo Gabbia because I don't know. I feel like Gabbia and Chao have been playing the best center back football for Milan. So for him to drop a guy who's been playing well and bring in Tomori because maybe he has more of the reputation, I don't know how I feel about it. I feel like Gabbia should have continued to play unless he wasn't playing well enough. Then I understand bringing Tomori in. But I guess Milan it's always good to have depth. Leao drives it in, gets all the way into the box, crosses it in. Looks like it might go out for a corner kick. How do you feel about Gabbia? Oh yeah, that's literally what I just talked about. Tiemann Turner. That's what I was chatting about. So I'm glad you asked that question. Kareem says, "Who's your favorite AC Milan player right now?" Good question, man. It used to be Bennacer for a while. Favorite Milan player. Let's just watch this corner kick and then we'll come back to it. Why don't you guys drop your favorites? I want to know what everybody else thinks too, because there's a bunch of you here and I just want to know. Just kicking a name there. Oh my God, that would have been such an absolute beauty. Wow. Teo and our hands went equally the same way through our hair because that was close, man. Wow. Another corner kick. Milan takes this one short. Different strategy they're going to put into this one. Musa drives it in, passes it back to Reinders. Tigi fools him, gets into the box, hugging the line. Another corner kick. Oh no, it came off Reinders. But yeah, first of all, everybody throw your comments in. Throw your favorite players right now. I'm just really trying to run through the team. I'll give you guys a little bit of help. That's the Milan starting lineup. So you get a few players here in case you need time to remember. I would say I think I'm going to stick with Rafa. What he's done the start that he went through in the season and the way that he sort of come back, and he might be on the verge of scoring a goal right now. Rafael Leao. Oh my God, how perfect would it have been if I'm just talking about him. He scores a goal. My guy. But Leao for sure. I would give number 2 to Reinders for the growth that he's shown. And number 3 is easy. Pulisic. Pulisic has to be in top 3. I could do maybe Pulisic even 1, maybe even 2, but those would be my top 3 guys right now. But I always have a soft spot for the guys who've been here longer, right? Naturally, because we've been through we went through seasons where Milan wasn't even making Champions League football at all with these guys, and they tried. So Theo, but not right now favorite because Theo hasn't been playing very well. Let's see some more questions. What are your thoughts on Okafor leaving Milan? Do you think Milan pick up anyone in the January transfer, not Rashford, who can help us out? They need to. They definitely need to make a signing. You can never get rid of an attacker and not sign somebody else. You can't just say, well, the guys we have will be good enough. So they have to make a signing. Who that's going to be, Lord knows. Right now, the Rashford stuff is well talked about. So it could be him, but how do I feel about Okafor leaving? I kind of get it. He wasn't getting enough play time. It does suck. I gotta be honest. It sucks that he had to leave. But what was he gonna do? He got a lot of chances last season. Milan was always confused, I think, as to where to play him, because the good thing, the fortunate thing for this Milan team is that they're let's just say they're one of their best players in Leao. He doesn't get a lot of injuries. Knock on wood. So for that reason, Okafor was never really getting consistent playtime on the left flank as a left winger, which is, I think, his preferred role. He was constantly playing as a sub whenever Leao, was taken off, or as a striker at times. So I feel like he never found that continuity of being able to play the team. I think he's a really good player, but some players just don't want to sit on the bench. And the sad part with him is that the one game where Milan won a trophy, the guy wasn't even there because I think he had an injury. So sometimes that also does it for you, where you're like, you know what, the team just won a trophy. I'm not even there celebrating. I think I'm done. I've just checked out of here. So I don't know. I feel for him, but I also understand. Christian. Reinders. TG with his left foot. Impressive. Or was that Pulisic? I think it was Pulisic, actually. Okay, the Hawk says, tell me something good about life. Anyone can comment. Like up and down moments. A week ago I was sad and depressed, but then Milan won and got my heart flowing with happiness. Tears with hope. Hey, the ups and downs of life are literally what I've been experiencing recently. So I'm with you, man. Let's hear everybody else's, I guess. I do want to hear also your favorite players if people are throwing them in there. Okay, there are a lot of comments I got to catch up on. But yeah, toss some, the Hawks asks to toss in some stories of life right now. I mean, I'll softly mention this maybe because you did ask this question, and it's very interesting that you would ask that question, that a week ago you were depressed. Because about a month ago, there were a few things that were going wrong with the channel, this YouTube channel. There were a few things happening. I was supposed to make a video about it, but then I just sort of let it go. If you notice, I had to delete all the reviews that I've made ever since basically you can see the channel. Some things came up and it became important for me to protect the channel. Tijani Reinders! Oh my God. So I had to do that. Delete a bunch of videos and, reconsider how I create videos. Basically, I'm not going to be using, on the bottom here in the corner here, you guys see a little bit of the game, but I blur it out. I can't do that again because there's a lot of stuff that happened because of it, and the whole channel could have been gone. Fortunately, it's still here. So that was something that happened with the channel. And then 1 month later, crazily enough, exactly 1 month later, like 31 days later, just basically 2-3 days back. It's a crazy thing to tell you guys, but I actually heard from AC Milan. I'm serious. So it's the most that I would maybe want to say right now. But just the fact that there's official contact is in itself pretty cool. I'll be honest, because I'm a nobody, and we've just we've put this community together. You guys watch, you guys tune in, and for the club to notice it, I think that in itself is pretty awesome. So yeah, so good question, the Hawks, because it brought up memories for me. 1 month ago, I'm stressing about the channel. A month later, I got my inbox with someone, from the club. So that's it is pretty awesome. Sometimes the ups and downs are crazy. Oh, someone says my mic volume is low. Let me increase that a little bit. I know whenever I go live, sometimes the mic volume is a little bit low. So, and I'm also talking a little bit softly, to be honest. Let me pull this one up too here. The reason why I keep it a little bit low is because if I talk super loud, then if there's a goal, then I scream, and I can't control that feeling, right? So I scream, I freaking scream. So your ears will be out. But there's a lot of questions here, so. Teo. Oh, that was a good interception by the Cagliari player. Mic volume is low. I think I fixed it now. It should be fine. Sorry, the screen. Someone says, no way. Patrick, I think you're referring to the club. Yeah, I believe it. Trust me, man. Trust me, no way is right. It's weird because I was even up. For whatever reason, I'd made a video. I think maybe it was a Rashford video that I put out. And after the video, sometimes I just get so lively, like my brain. We're 22 minutes in. It's still 0-0. Milan needs to press a little bit more on the accelerator and get a goal in this game quick. They don't want this to hang till the 0-0 till halftime. I think you're just going to allow the other side to get a little bit more comfortable. Yeah, that was a dangerous cross in from Piccoli to Viola. If he had gotten his head on that, that could have been a goal. So Cagliari with some dangerous attacks. Good interception there from Davide. Davide is getting a little bit mad, I think, there with Fikayo Tomori for his positioning. But yeah, Patrick said, no way. I know, man. It was like I was a little bit awake after the game, after the Rashford video. I was just, the brain gets stimulated. You're more into, you can't fall asleep. And before you know it, I'm looking at my phone, and then this message pops up saying, hey, this is, this is, I don't want to say names because just, I don't know if I'm supposed to or if they're okay with it or not. But hey, this is this person reaching out from AC Milan. And I was like, you should have seen my face staring at my phone. But yeah. So thank you guys for watching the videos at the end of the day. If I can create all I want. If you guys don't watch, it doesn't get exposure. So it truly is a team effort. Daryl says, thank you for your channel. Is the definitive Milan channels on YouTube. I appreciate it, Daryl. Thank you very much. We'll get back to the game. We'll do a little bit of, chit chat about this, but Tijani Reinders on the edge of the box. Spreads it out to Teo. Teo's a little bit more wide. Leao's trying to find his position, goes more central. Rafa trying to find that angle to pass the ball to Morata. That's not a bad ball. Leao. That's a good attacking chance created, but I think he may have been. I think Morata may have been offside there. It's very interesting the way that Rafa is playing too. The way that Conceicao is making him play. He's keeping him very central. I haven't seen Leao play that centrally for 24 minutes of a game. Usually he starts hugging the left line and starts making those runs on the side, but he's really taking the initiative to go much more to the middle of the box. Tierman says, so happy for you. Great question. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, man. Someone said that they're on the toilet, but I think I lost that comment. Well, sorry, my guy. Oh, the volume should be good now. Satwik says, so happy for you, brother. I appreciate it, my friend. Thank you very much. Owen is asking, oh, hold on. There's someone asking, I promise Okafor can take Morata's spot, and since Conceicao wants to play with 2 strikers, then Okafor and Tammy would be crazy pair. We can't give our players half a season and get rid of them as CDK. I guess it also depends on the player themselves, right? Because if the player is also feeling like, hey, I need way more consistent playtime. If you cannot guarantee me, I'd rather you move me. And Milan also has seen him for about a year and a half now, and they feel like, you know what, we're just not getting enough from him. He could have been a good second striker for sure. I feel like in a 4-4-2 pairing, he could be a pretty good player up front, next to your striker. But I wonder if he would compete too much with Leao for space, because they play a very similar role. So I just feel like Milan couldn't find a solution for the guy. But yeah, I mean, it's okay. It's not a big loss. I think it's a good thing for everybody involved, for Okafor and for the team, because he gets more playtime now, hopefully, at Leipzig, and Milan can see if they want to get a different attacking player. Christian on the right. Davide to Fofana to Musa to Mori, sorry. Ciao. Rafa, much more. Wow, Rafa with some interesting movements there. Can't really get past anybody because he's getting double teamed pretty well. Cagliari have done a pretty good job with their defensive line. If you look at the way that they're lining up. Hold on, let's come back to this. Yunus also trying to figure out what to do with this. Christian. Tempted with a shot for this left foot. Didn't go for it. Gives up the ball. Christian, come on, man. Ducati A has become a Futbolisti Corner member. I gotta write this down. I need to change the name of the members group. Honestly, guys, if you can seriously suggest a good name for this, I would love to keep it what like a good portion of you think is a good name. Because a Futbolisti Corner, I gotta change it. The reason why it's called Futbolisti Corner is because the channel back in the day used to be called the Milan Corner. I decided to change the name after some time when I wanted to create content about other clubs and, other stories too, and not just be with Milan. But I appreciated Ducati A for becoming a member, and I would love for you guys to suggest a name, please. I will change it, I promise. I don't connect with it anymore, so it would be nice if you guys can help me out a bit. If you had to invest your stocks into any wonder kid bar Yamal, who would it be? Probably the guy on the other side, Nico Williams. He's good too. Spain's got a solid team. Engineer says we stream. Okay, let's just see. Sorry, this free kick first. I like to keep this. Oh, come on. Is someone offside on that? Oh, no, it's the referee who's apologizing. It's his fault. So Milan's going to retake that free kick then. Oh, it got a piece of the referee. Got it. So Milan's just going to take that free kick again, but Viola's asking, why isn't it a drop ball? It probably will be. It's not going to be a free kick retaken. We stream online for work, and Windows has a built-in setting that starts to diminish audio volume for communications. Oh, really? It's buried deep in the old style. So I don't have a Windows computer. I'm doing it off a Mac. I don't know if that matters, but... Yusuf goes to Rangers. That was from Engineer. Oh, of course, we need Engineer to figure out our sound engineering issues. Looks like Milan wins a free kick there. Rafa Leao wins a free kick. A good spot. Good spot. Not quite Theo Hernandez free kick goal scoring territory, but it's still a pretty good spot. Kareem says, thanks for responding. This is the best day of my life. Kareem. I'll be honest, Kareem, I forgot your question. I'm scrolling up to see. There's a lot of comments here, guys. I'm sorry. I'm really going to try and catch up. Kareem, I got you, man. Tomori's not stable enough in the serial game where Gabbia is strong. He loses focus quite easily, I feel. Vlad says. Vlad, I gotta agree with that. Theo Hernandez with the free kick. But yeah, Vlad, I agree with that. I do think so too. That maybe he'll develop that when he gets more playtime and he can play in peace. Sometimes all you need a player to do is just get consistent playtime and just not have stress around them, and that helps them. But we have consistently seen Fikayo have issues. At the end of the day, that's a fact. Fikayo on the ball again. Someone says my favorite is Theo. Someone asked who your favorite player is. Daniele says it's Theo. Hey, I love Theo too, man. Ducatier says Maldini. Wow. I mean, that might be for all of us, Ducatier. The newest channel member. Theo. Rangers, that's a good cross in. Oof, I thought from my angle that was going in. Who helps that? Look at that defense. I love that defense in the midfield for Milan. That was Fofana. He just did it. He just stood there like a pillar. Get past me. You're not going to get through me. And he couldn't get through him. Wins the ball. But Milan loses it again. 30 minutes in. Still 0-0. You would have expected on the back of a Supercopa game and playing at home, Milan should have scored by now. You should at least have a goal. Might be coming up. Yunus Musa. My God, phone's going off today. Leao on the left flank. Rafa drops it to Theo, much more central. Yusuf, Fofana takes a crack, but yeah, not quite on target. The commentator's saying that Milan's been a little bit toothless going forward. I feel like they just haven't been clinical enough. I think they're actually pretty gritty. They're really trying. They're taking chances, but yeah, end product, not clinical enough. You could see the instructions coming in from as the commentator saying, you can see Conceicao is, yelling at Fofana specifically because Fofana was reacting to what was happening outside on the touchline. And Conceicao was asking him to get into the box because Fofana took a shot from outside the box. He's saying, get into the box. And Fofana gave him a thumbs up saying, okay. So let's see how he utilizes that little bit of instruction from his coach. Leao left far behind, can't help out in defense there. But the good thing is that Rangers drops in on the left flank and tries to help out there. Mine's Ronaldinho, Bobby Cardi. Hey, you're naming some legends. I mean, if I pick one, I feel like I got to change my mind and go to Maldini, or then change my mind and go to Ronaldinho. I guess we got to ask each other what our Mount Rushmore of Milan is. Emmett says, my dad has been a Milan fan for 47 years. My word, that's a long time. I like it, Emmett. Smart man. And back then, Milan wasn't even as Theo Hernandez on the left. Theo. Oh, that could have dropped to Fofana there. Nice work from Malik Tau. Oh, he got the ball there, no? The referee says that's a foul. But Chow I felt like he got the ball there, but maybe he got the man with the ball. Yeah, Chow's been... Oh, he got the ball. That's not a foul. Stop. That's not a foul. That's actually such a good tackle from Malik. That's not a foul, man. Come on, even Conceicao is not happy. His staff is not happy. No. That's a good tackle from Chow. Apollo says Leao's my favorite. When he's on his day, no one can stop him. Ahmed says Rafa as well. Sherp says Leao, Tomori, Benacer. I get it. You must be a Milan fan for a while. At least 5 years. Daryl says we have to beat Cagliari. Daryl, I'm with you. We should be beating pretty much everybody this month. Almost. Really, we've beaten even the tough sides. We've beaten them multiple times this season, or played them multiple times this season. So we should stay on top of that and beat sides like Como and Cagliari pretty comfortably. Leao trying to help out a little bit in defense, but they still get a cross in. Mike with the control. It's lacking a little bit of zip, Milan, in their attack. And it also makes sense because Cagliari is really sitting back. They're not making things easy for Milan. They're not, they're not committing bodies and getting caught up on the transition like a club like, for example, Inter would. They're actually sitting back and not quite parking the bus, but almost in parking spot. Oh, interesting little tidbit from the commentator there. Sergio Conceicao has not scored. His team has not scored in the first half for Milan. Is that going to change today? Both games against Juventus, against Inter, Milan scored goals in the second half, especially after going down in the first half. So, or early on at least. So, let's change that. We got 10 minutes. I really hope something changes here. There's a lot of you guys here. That's a great ball. Oh, that's a lovely tackle from Calabria. Did Calabria actually clean that up? Because if Calabria cleaned that up, give him not quite a contract. But if that was against Inter in the 93rd minute, I would give him a renewal just for that. Oh, Yusuf, come on, man. Someone has to tell him there's a man on. But my God, what an interception from Calabria. That was almost a certain goal. Great interception, Davide. Another cross coming in. Mike handles this one. Persian Skeptic says, I'm pretty sure the club has noticed you for a while and they appreciate that the club is getting this kind of amazing coverage. You seriously put in much effort. I appreciate it, Persian. Yeah, you never know, man, how long, but it's just nice to get noted. And now I got to make some decisions in my life. What I need to do. Should I be living in Toronto in Canada, or is a move on the cards? Just to bring better content to you guys. Take a chance. Why not? I don't have kids or anything. So Felici's running, man. He's taking quite the run there. Yusuf Fofana gets rid of the ball. Tomori does, but that's a foul, but he doesn't get called for that. Yeah, Malik Chow with the header, but that goes right to a player in a dangerous spot. Another block from Malik Chow. Good work. Alvaro Morata drops back all the way almost as a right back spot and carries the ball and moves it forward, but it looks like Morata may have fouled him a little bit there. Obiano Milano. Oh my God, this guy. Obiano Milano has been in the comments for years. Big ups, Kush. Long way from 2021. You've inspired me to go back and take this more seriously. Do it, please. I remember seeing some of your comments. I think you sent me a video once. This was a while ago, if I'm right. Do it, man. Milan needs more and more creators. The clubs needs to be more and more popular. Anybody who's becoming a Milan creator, just message me. I'll have you on. You can live stream with me. We can chat. We can let people know about your channel. Don't hesitate. Alvaro Morata with the cross in, but nobody actually to get on the end of it. Looks like Rafael Leao might actually be able to get on this. Yes, he does. Leao drives it almost from the corner flag into the box. Leao gets past nobody, but Theo Hernandez gets the ball. Just as the commentator said earlier, toothless. Yeah, last 10 minutes have looked a little bit toothless. They just don't know what to do once they get into the final third. Leao gets it to Reinders. To Theo. Back to Reinders. Tigi. Theo. Watchful. Not enough movement in front of him, you almost feel. That's just, the commentator just said that. Yeah, exactly. It's very static, Milan. Some space for Reinders. He might want to drive it in. Oh, Leao finds himself in a pretty good spot. He's going to have to check back for this one. Leao tries to nutmeg the guy in the box, but it doesn't quite work. He's an experienced defender there. There we go. Palomino. You can't just nutmeg the guy. Oh my God, there's bodies tumbling there. See now, look at the commitment of Milan players in the sense that there are so many bodies committed. Now it's like a 5-on-5 from it. Oh, what a stop from Mike. My God. The eagle flew. Magic Mike, that's a stop. But you shouldn't be forced into that. Milan's committed so many bodies up front. The Cagliari player maybe could have used a teammate on the overlap, but he didn't. He opted to go for the top right corner. And that was a great strike too, but you gave him the fingertip save. Not even a full palm or fist on that. That was Mike's fingertips. That means it was a great, great shot and a great save from Maignan. Saves Milan's butt right there. Il Capitano. Excellent from Mike. No one beats everybody in the corner kick. Somebody says, what a save. Ducati says, what a save from Mike. Yeah. I think we were all done. That looked like that was easily going in. So we're at 40 minutes in now. Still sits 0-0. You have to say that Cagliari with a better chance to get on the score sheet. Definitely, I would say. That was the best chance of the game. You can't, you have to be aggressive here and take a chance. I think the coach needs to help this team out. He might even make the change of bringing Tammy Abraham on with Alvaro Morata and maybe take Yunus Musa off, because Musa has gotten the start, but you feel like a lot of the midfield gameplay is still gone through Reinders and Fofana instead. Leao crosses this in. Christian tried to get on the end of that. Maybe on the overlap he had Reinders there. Could Reinders have gotten on the end of that? Pulisic got on that. Oh yeah, Reinders was getting on the end of that for sure. So Pulisic probably just didn't hear Reinders' call there, and that was a weird angle for Pulisic to even try to get in the way of that. But I guess if he didn't know his teammates behind, he had to do something with the ball there. So let's see this. Obiano says, I've been a Milan fan since 1994. My favorite Milan player of all time is Andrea Pirlo, Gattuso, Kaká, Leao, Pato, Dida, Maldini, Jan Kolovsky. Wow. I like that. The list is endless. That's the thing. Once you add someone to the list, you think about another player that you left out. Sorry, guys. I might be squinting a little bit looking at this. First of all, there's a light here. But more importantly, I think my lazy eye is getting weaker. I really can't see much. To go to the optometrist, get this looked at. Favorite legend is Kaká. 442. Yeah, that's 4231, 433. I think this is a conversation between you guys. Piccoli with the... Yeah, Chow blocked that, but that was making me nervous because of Maignan's slight weakness. Oh, that's a handball. For a slight weakness that Maignan has with his near post. Whenever a player runs to that side, makes me a little nervous. Someone is asking, I'll come back to some of those questions because I do see a lot of your questions here, but I will come back to them, I promise. Obiano says, once my setup is complete, I'll let you know. We can then live stream. Yeah, let's do it, man. Get your setup ready. Come on the channel. Anybody who wants to start a Milan channel. There's another person. I feel like their name is Rosetta something. It's not Rosetta Stone, but it's like Rosetta Red, maybe? They're also a Milan guy. Not a very big channel, but also is kind of entertaining. So obviously there's always the usual guys, Martino and Sempre Milan and Christian with a lovely ball to Rafa Leao. Leao heads that in. Rafa, oh my God, that wasn't Leao, but Rafa should have done better with that. Oh, he was offside. No, was he offside, Musa? almost. Jimenez is warming up. Who can he add as a sub? Because Leao and Hernandez are actually playing well. Yeah, somebody said probably Calabria. It's possible. Yes, engineer says Old Heart Rossonero. Yes, I'm very bad. My memory is doubtful. So if I forget someone's name, it's not because I'm trying to. Old Heart Rossonero is great too. Is that halftime? There it is. No, not quite. There it is. That's the halftime whistle. I might just need a little bit of water, guys. 1 sec. All right, let's do this. Well, I guess this is going to be the third game that Milan has played under Sergio Conceicao. Third game under Sergio Conceicao. Third game that Milan has not scored in the first half. It seems like there's something that Milan does a little bit better when they get that pep talk from their coach during halftime, and something about that pep talk just brings out a different Milan team, I guess, in the second half. I feel like coming back from a cup win, you probably want to be a lot more clinical in your finishing. You shouldn't be. Milan created their chances. If you feel like, if anything, the defense actually held up a little bit better, because Cagliari created some good opportunities, maybe even marginally better than Milan's. Milan was sort of hovering like a bunch of bees around the box of Cagliari, but there wasn't as much quality in terms of creating something concrete out of it and scoring a goal, looking like you're going to score a goal. I felt like the couple of attacks that Cagliari created and chances that they missed, they probably had significantly better chance creations and should have probably scored a goal. That cross that came in from the right flank for Viola, he opted to go with a bizarre sort of, not even a scissor kick, but almost like a scissor kick jump, but goes with the outside of his left foot instead of, overlapping his right foot there. And then that shot that forced a save out of Maignan. I feel like they had better opportunities created for themselves. So Milan's going to be looking at that and going to need yet another pep talk from Sergio Conceicao to sort of wake them up and remind them what they're doing and do it better, because they have created opportunities, but just haven't looked like they're going to finish them. And that's the problem. That's why the scoreline sits 0-0. Now, looking at some of your comments, I guess maybe we'll go quickly through the team here and see which one, how the player ratings are right now. I mean, I'm always hesitant of these, but you always get a little bit of something to chat about, I guess. When you look at these, Maignan with a 6.4. Maignan, one of the lowest rated players, when he probably should arguably be one of the highest rated players, considering the kind of performance and kind of stop that he made. So that already gives you an idea as to how reliable sometimes some of these ratings truly are. On the right flank, it has Davide Calabria, who has the highest rating. There was a moment from Calabria, you got to say, I think it was a cross that came in from the left, from their right flank, from Cagliari's right flank. That wasn't closed down by Milan. Maybe a little bit of blame on Theo Hernandez there too. But that cross came in. It was a flat cross, and it needed a good interception, because it would have been almost a similar situation as could have happened between Tammy Abraham and Di Gregorio in the Supercopa game that ended up going for an own goal because of Gatti's deflection. He found himself in that sort of a position, and if it wasn't for Calabria's interception, that would have been a 1v1 against the goalkeeper for maybe, I think it was Viola, the Cagliari goal attacker. So Calabria getting a higher rating kind of does make a little bit of sense, because that may have been a goal-saving tackle from him. Fikayo Tomori and Malik Chow. Chow has been, I don't want to say miles, but Chow has definitely been the better center back that has played. Tomori a couple times seemed like he was a little bit out of position, specifically one time where you actually saw Calabria sort of looking at him and just yelling and asking him to move that way. I'm not quite sure what it's worth when Calabria is yelling at you and asking you to change your position, because Calabria himself hasn't really been the best defender or been playing that much really. But Fikayo has been, I guess, bottom line, I think I would actually want to start with Matteo Gabbia, because when you have a young Italian player that is playing this well, you give him a chance. There's no need to drop him. Why drop somebody that is playing well and drop players that are not playing well? So I'm not quite sure if I'm on with Conceicao on that one, but still I guess a passable rating for these guys. Theo Hernandez has been a lot more involved in attack. That's what we're seeing in his rating here. And I think it stems a little bit more from his attacking involvement with the team, because if you look here, going back to it, Fikayo Tomori has a 6.8 and Chao has a 6.3, whereas I think Chao at a certain point in time had a pretty good sliding tackle and a block that was put in on a Cagliari player in an attack. So interesting rating, but I guess we'll take it. Theo Hernandez, 6.7, Fofana and Yunus Musa get a 6.6 and a 6.5. I think that's the change that I expect Conceicao might make if he wants to have a more attacking Milan playing there. I think he might take Yunus Musa off, because I think Musa plays a little bit better when he's playing slightly wider. I don't know if he's as much, at least that's how he had been playing under Fonseca, and he did look effective, but playing a little bit more central, he's sort of kind of gotten a little bit lost in the crowd. I feel like a lot of Milan's midfield creativity and opportunities that are being created, including taking a shot from outside the box that Fofana took, has still, in spite of the presence of Fofana with Musa, has still come from Fofana and Reinders. So I think that might be a change that he makes. Bring Tammy Abraham on and take Musa off. I guess we'll have to wait to see. Rafael Leao on the left flank gets a 6.5. I guess you could say that Leao has been involved. That's for sure. He's been involved on the left flank. He's taken his chances. He's gotten a couple of shots on target, but still nothing that you can say, oh my God, he's just on the verge of scoring a goal if it wasn't for this or that. Just hasn't been enough. And I think it's somewhat a little bit similar, even though, Christian Pulisic has a slightly higher rating. I think Pulisic and Leao have had slightly similar performances. Maybe Pulisic has been even a little bit less involved than Leao has. I guess we're going to have to wait to see what the coach does during halftime, because he has opted to play with Reinders as an attacking midfielder in this formation, at least the way that Milan at least their team sheet, the way that it lined up. Pulisic was sent more towards the right and Reinders was kept more central. But you almost feel like both Leao and Pulisic have played a lot of portion of the game much more central than they have, on the wings. And then up front, you have Alvaro Morata, who I think, quite honestly, has been fairly absent. I don't think he's, I can't really see his rating. It's a 6.5. Reinders gets a high rating, I guess, a 7. But, I mean, I guess they're good ratings, but there's not much of an end product that Milan has shown. They've just created some good chances and these guys have been involved, but nothing substantial that you can look at and say that, yes, that's the clear cut, better player that is played today. So I'll go drop into your comments now. Let's just come back here for a second. Let's just take a look at this. There's a bunch of you guys here. I try to go through all your questions, but there's about 265 of you guys. That's amazing. But here's the thing to point out. There's 265 of you guys and 71 likes. Come on, guys. Come on. I work pretty hard for this. Are the lights on? Is something wrong in the background that you guys are not giving enough, at least cranking that over 100 likes? I would really appreciate if you guys can, because you know how YouTube works by now. It just helps the channel and it doesn't take a lot of work. So I'd really appreciate it. Let me just say that. Now, jumping into your comments. So there are a few comments that I wanted to address. Had somebody, I think, had asked, because I did want to address this a little bit later. Someone said, please respond. Yes, I will respond. Okay, I think someone else had also asked the same question, so let me just ask this. Kuda asks, wow, did you say you got a call from Milan? I'm sorry, I joined a bit late. So, yes, Kuda, my friend, you're a member of the channel. It's nice to let a member know. But yes, I did get a yes. Someone reached out, and without having to go into it too much, because I just don't think, out of privacy reasons, I don't want to say who or what, but yes, somebody reached out and they're very nice. And let me just say it as simple as they said, we see you. Just know that we see you, right? That you're doing something and we see you. Good job, basically. So it was pretty cool, I gotta say. So we'll move on. And since, you did want to know the answer, and obviously I want to share it with you guys because I put in a lot of work, and I do want to say specifically to this itself, I want to thank you guys for all the support that you give the channel and all the videos you watch and the comments you leave, because it helps grow things. And this is a give and take relationship, or more than that, this is a hand-in-hand relationship. If I don't create the content, you're not watching. But if I create the content and you're not watching, then nothing's happening either. So we pretty much had to do this together. So I appreciate you guys big time. Now, let's go to the halftime comments. There was somebody shouting at Alex Italian Football. Yes, another great YouTuber, great Milan YouTuber. Amazing comments. He's also been on the channel before, so you guys can always check him out. Oh, where are the halftime comments? Okay, let's get this. Musa should be put right, Pulisic in the middle. Well, I guess it crams up the midfield, I guess. But I do understand. I think you're saying that maybe Milan should get Fofana to partner up alongside Tijani Reinders, and then someone like Musa can move up. Musa can move to the right. But we've also seen a lack of effectiveness from Christian Pulisic playing in the middle. He seems to be, a lot of us last season especially were crying out about the fact that we want to see Christian play on the right flank. Play as a central attacking midfielder, and maybe put Chukwueze on the right flank. But as he's played more this season, we've noticed that he hasn't been playing as well as he does on the right. So maybe sticking with Pulisic on the right does make sense. I actually was always a bit of a proponent of pushing Reinders to play as a central attacking midfielder. I guess we still have to see. This is truly the first game, outside of a cup game, this is the first league game that the coach is coaching. So we're still going to see how this team sort of starts to play. It's going to take a bit of time, but I think Pulisic maybe playing on the right flank might just stay, in my opinion. I do think he'll take Musa off in the second half. Why has Milan become a team of second half? Adi says, I don't know, my friend. Every single goal under Conceicao, as I already said, has come in the second half. It's true. It's true. Someone says 100 already. I appreciate it. Idleness? Yes, idleness. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Calabria already so much better than Emerson. I feel like Calabria offers more stability in defense, but I still think I kind of like Emerson going forward. I just think Calabria, once you cross that midway line of the field and you go into the opponent's half, something about Calabria just becomes very conservative and becomes very careful and a little bit negative at times. I think he starts to move the ball around a lot more laterally. He'll not push forward. He'll start passing it to where Fofana is or where Chao and Tomori are. He won't take as much of a chance sometimes. So I think attack-wise, I prefer Emerson. Defense-wise, I prefer Calabria. But I guess we need a defender, a right-back who's going to be able to do both those things. So I don't know. Engineer says the intercolors in the background, bro. So these aren't intercolors. These are Serie A colors, just so you guys know, because the league this time is adopting a bit more of a blue look. If you want me to change it, hey, I can change it for you. Yes, you guys just tell me the color you want it to be, and I'll change it to that. But let's go down to. I just saw it go from 73 to 100 likes in like 2 seconds. I didn't see that, but that's awesome because I just thank you guys. I'm way too shy to ask for these things, but it's amazing when you guys do these things. Mason says Chao will be top 5 defender in the world in 5 years. Hey, Chao has potential, man. And here's the thing about Malik that I also. Oh, Lapadula plays for Cagliari. I forgot about that. Lapadula might be coming back. I think he almost scored a goal the last time that Milan was playing against Cagliari. Or did he? The thing with Chao is that he's gone through that initial part, that initial phase. I still remember his debut game against Verona where he had one block, and then in the second game he played after that, he had another really consequential block, and everybody's like, who's this guy? Milan paid 8 million for him under Maldini, and who's this guy? And he went through a really good phase, and then he had that drop off where he became more immature, where he was doing too much, trying too hard, not as calm and stable in his gameplay, and then he was dropped. And now then he was slowly reintegrated back into the squad. So he's sort of gone through the cycle of being an initial kid that everybody wants to watch and then goes to oblivion. And there were some question marks. I made videos about Chow being potentially sold to Newcastle. And now suddenly he becomes a player that is starting again. And this version of Malik Chow is a whole other version of Malik Chow. So much more confident. He's solid. As I've said, he's a strong guy. He's tall. He's good aerially. Milan has someone potentially pretty special in that. So I agree with you on that one. Patrick says, Kush, you are a mandatory viewing for us Milanista. Thanks for world-class content. I appreciate it. Patrick Matters. Thank you very much. That's awesome, Kush. Well done. Well done. There's a lot of complimentary comments here. I won't harp on them too much. I want to see what you guys have to say about the game too. So I don't want to become a me show. It's the football. So, but I appreciate everybody who's left a happy comment in there. The channel member and Marco, I seriously appreciate it. Thank you so much. Okay, let's see this. Bro, Morata is playing like a midfielder than a striker. He mostly is, Walid. Most of the times, that's what the guy is doing. He's dropping back in and helping out. I feel like that's something that you don't get as much from Leao, but Milan found a solution that, hey, if Leao's not going to drop back, we don't need all 11 guys dropping back. We can leave him up front and just ask Morata to do that job, do the dirty work, and he does it fairly effectively. I just want Morata to be able to start finishing too now. That's the problem, is he's doing the job from a a deep lying, not playmaker, and not even deep lying, but dropping in deep. He does that pretty effectively. He's a bit of a pest on the opposition. He doesn't let them hold on to the ball for too long. But man, you got to finish your chances. That's what we're not getting enough from him. Obiano Milano says, can't Milan try to land Kyle Walker since he just handed a transfer request? That should be a marquee signing. Yeah, but he slowed down, man. Kyle Walker slowed down a lot compared to what he used to be. If it was the same guy from before, maybe even a year and a half ago, I would have taken him for a 2-year period. At least you get a quick injection of quality and pace on the right flank. But I don't know. He's not quite the same player himself anymore either. So I don't know if I would make that move. I always thought Christian Pulisic was better winger than a central attacking midfielder. Super Josh says, I didn't. I thought he might be a better central attacking midfielder than a right winger, but I think he's actually a lot more effective on that role. He prefers to sort of drop. He doesn't really play inverted as much, but because the guy is so dynamic and he's pretty ambidextrous, or if that's the word for your feet. Yeah, he can kick the ball with his left foot and he can really dispatch it for a really good quality goal in the top left corner of the goal if he's playing on the right, and in the top right corner of the goal he's playing on the left. He's got that quality, so you get a little bit of versatility from a player like Pulisic. If you have someone like Samuel Chukwueze, right? Chukwueze is going to almost always drop in. He does actually make wider runs too, but he is going to go to his favored left foot. Pulisic can go either way, and he can do them pretty well. If he wants to go wide and stretch it out, he's on his favored right foot. If he wants to go a little bit more to the middle, he still has a left foot that he can shoot with. So I guess he is better playing as a right winger. Shoni Game says, no, bro, Emerson is much better than Calabria. The only thing I would dispute there, Shoni, is much. I do think he's a slightly better player. I do think so too. I think I would probably play Emerson a little bit. Actually, you know what? I'm rethinking that. I'm just going to tap out of that one. I don't know. I think we just need a better right back, period. Either or. Thomas says, Juve, Atalanta, Lazio all tied the game. Now it's our chance. Oh, I didn't know about the Juve and Atalanta game. I know about the Lazio game. I haven't been watching a lot of football today. But there we go. If that's the case, You got to capitalize. You cannot walk away from here with a tie. That's the problem for Milan, because that happened already, right? You win against Real Madrid, you go to the Bernabeu, you pick up a 3-1 win. Everybody's celebrating. You come back, you play against Cagliari, and it's 3-3. You cannot afford another tie against this team. This team has been, I think right now might be sitting in 18th place, if I'm not wrong, or definitely pretty down in the table. You cannot be tying twice against a side that's sitting in 18th place and expect that you're going to make top 4. So that's a bit of a problem to me. Conceicao is back. The players are back. We're going to kick off soon. I know there's a lot of you guys in here already right now too. So let me just ask one more time before you guys maybe go back to watching the game. You can always watch it here. Make sure you just hit that like button. And let's kick off the second half. We do have a new member here. Hey, it's my friend Gecko. Gecko's always leaves the best comments in the comment section. Always one of those people that I love reading what they have to say, because always positive, happy, never too negative. So it's nice to see you become a member of the channel, Gecko. I appreciate it big time. Milan driving right into the box once again, and Cagliari also very comfortably packing the. Oh, Calabria, nice turn there. That was a good, nice little pirouette. The ballerina that Calabria is wins a free kick for Milan. And that's a favorable spot for Milan to get a good free kick in. Very similar to where Matteo Gabbia scored the goal against Inter. So that's a good one. Good spot. Pretty much the same sort of positioning. Tajani Rangers getting ready to take this. Theo Hernandez standing there in case Milan wants to take it with their left. I don't know if Teo's going to want to go in for the goal itself and, maybe aim for the top left corner. But I think it might be Tajani who takes this one. The way that he's sort of eyeing this up, I get the feeling that it's going to be Rangers. Rangers lifts up his left foot. Rangers with the cross in. Doesn't even beat the first guy, but Christian off the post! Off the crossbar, my guy. Christian, lovely. Like, the amount of work it took Christian to just control it, and the quickness with which he released that that shot, so impressive. With the outside of his foot. Oh my God, man. If that would have been a goal, that would have been one of the goal for the highlight reels. Great shot right off the crossbar. Nice work. Need that. Need those to go in now. Really? 12 times Cagliari has hit the goalpost, the woodwork this season? That's insane. 12 times. Let's see if Milan's going to make a quick switch in the second half. They haven't yet. But there is an expectation that maybe it is going to be Tammy Abraham as we'd expected. Oh, Calabria loses possession there. He needed a little bit of help from his teammates, but he probably should have controlled it a little bit better himself too. Ficaio. Rangers. Theo. Theo drops it to Leao. Rafa to Theo. Rangers, nice switch of play with Leao. Takes over the ball. Leao on the edge. Calabria, central. Pulisic goes from a right wing spot. Way more central. They're not allowing the defense to get comfortable with positioning. Forcing a zonal marking style of play instead of any type of man marking allowed. The way that Milan keeps on moving, you can't. Creating a bit of confusion. Pulisic on the right, switches quickly to the left. Tajani Rangers in the center, goes out wide where Theo Hernandez would be. Theo Hernandez drops to Leao, who's playing central. It's Christian. They're showing the replay of that crossbar, but that was a good one. Bing says, would you prefer signing Chiesa over Rashford? I don't think I would want to sign Chiesa. I know he's a quality talent, but he's getting passed around right now from one club to the next. And I don't know if that really breeds a lot of confidence for me. It's similar problem with Rashford. I mean, a little bit different, but I might actually. Oh my God, Yusuf! Jesus, the way that he ran in with that ball. Yeah, I don't know about. I would prefer between those two players. If you're giving me an option, I think I'd prefer Rashford. Chiesa, because he also has Serie A experience, could be good. I mean, he's a good player. He's just had injury issues. Theo Hernandez that passed that ball to Alvaro Morata. Morata with the first time. Oh my God. I thought that was a goal. I'd hit the side netting there. Canis says, I swear down, if we take another short corner, I'm going to break something. With a towering player like Malik Chow there, who scored goals against Real Madrid from a corner kick, I guess I'm happy with them taking corner kicks too. They did create a good opportunity in the first half where the Johnny Rangers crossed the ball to Theo Hernandez, who took a one-time sort of, on the volley shot. It was pretty good, but maybe some conventional corner kicks, sprinkled in there would be nice too. Not everything has to be fancy. Theo with a lovely ball to Pulisic off the crossbar, and that's a goal! Alvaro! But that was created by Pulisic, you gotta say. That was a great ball from Theo Hernandez. Theo Hernandez is attack-wise back, guys. That's a quality cross from Theo, no question. But Pulisic with a fantastic strike. I think it hits the goalkeeper, goes off the goalkeeper, off the goal post, falls right in the path of Alvaro Morata. We talked about him in the first half that we're getting those drops into the midfield, helping out the team, but we need goals from him. We need him to score and get his name on the score sheet, and he scored there. Easy tap in. Pulisic, lovely work, man. That was excellent from Theo. What a cross. What a cross. What a strike from Christian. Strikes the goalkeeper's right foot, ping-pongs off onto the post, and Morata found himself right position, right time. Lovely work. That's what we need. That's what we need. Showing the reaction from... Oh, my microphone's out. Hold on. Sorry, my headphones are out. Come on, bro. Why are you doing this to me right now? Oh, none of the headphones are working. Sorry, guys. Let's see. Might just have to keep the volume real low. We don't want any copyright issues with YouTube. You know how it is. I almost got in big trouble with them for that. Oh, that's a good ball. Sprayed up all the way to the front. Tomori has to do something good here. Fikayo Tomori stays on him, puts him off balance a little bit, but not quite well enough. Calabria tries to help out a little bit there, but Milan needed I think it was Tijani Reinders to help out defensively. That was a good chance created by Cagliari. Chow has gone down, slamming the ground. That was a good opportunity for Cagliari to respond almost right away. Anthony, oh, there's a little bit of... There we go. Sorry, your comments froze up there a little bit. Yes, you know what? This is exactly it. I was about to say, I promise I'm going to be uploading more stickers, but channel members, please start using them. I'm putting them in there. If you guys... Oh, I might freeze. Sometimes when you give a thumbs up, this system gives freezes up the screen or gives a thumbs up there. So, but yeah, please use these. Okay, Joe Bro is getting upset. He says, please don't respond to people spamming the comment section or they will keep spamming. I don't know who's spamming, but whoever you are, knock it off. That's enough. That's how I talk to... I don't want to say. Okay, goal. Ducati's happy. Extra Time Football Cards is happy. Engineer is committed. Morata. Divi Patel? Yes. Divi Patel. We got an Indian here. What's up, man? Or miss? Whoa. Goal. Alvaro. Morata. Anthony. Nice to see you, my guy. Morata? Cagliari is still building. Whoa, space. Way too much space. Crosses it in. Cleared out by Fofana. Drops to Leao. Leao drops it back to Fofana. Fofana. Musa with space. Musa, you should have passed it out to Pulisic. Pulisic on the right flank. Pulisic checks back. Scans the ground, but doesn't really have a lot of bodies to help him out. Goes central. Turn around and give it to Musa. He gives it to Fofana. Fofana passes it out to... Fofana tried to do too much with that. Oh, Fofana, come on, man. You got to be stronger than that. Cagliari on an attack. 3v3. 4v3. They have to score from this. They would be bad to not score from here. Oh, Mike, what are you doing? You can't do that, man. I was about to say Mike doesn't really make mistakes. Oh, my God, Mike. You can't do that to us. You can't do that to us. You're the captain now. That's such a goofy stop. Guys, I was literally thinking about it this morning. I don't know why. While I was making my tea, I was thinking about Donnarumma and Maignan. And I was like, oh, we've moved past Donnarumma, this and that. I was thinking about random things. And I was like, you know what? The good thing about Mike, he doesn't make clumsy mistakes. Oh, my God. You know, the amount of things I think about in a day. Of all things, this is what had to come true. Oh, Mike, come on, man. That's the most basic stop. This is going to be on social media. That's just bad. As the captain, take it off. Take off the captain's armband. Hand it off. Look at that fan. He's so pissed. Dude, you can't be celebrating that goal. Relax a little bit. You don't want to do the Illuminati eye right now. Relax. Look at their coach. He's so happy too, as if they earned it. It was given. It's fine. I'm joking. You can obviously celebrate, but I would temper my celebration a little bit if that's how the goal was scored. Come on, man. Everybody knows. Everybody. And you know what it starts from, to be very honest with you? It starts from the way that Musa sort of gave up the ball first and the way that he tracked the player back once the ball was given up. He should have done a lot better. And he didn't. Now, Musa wants revenge. You can tell. Musa wants to drive this all the way in. Musa takes a shot. Not Musa, man. I've been saying Musa the whole time. It's Fofana. Yeah, it was Fofana who lost the ball and Fofana who just drove this up. I'll be honest, I really get confused between Musa and Fofana when I'm looking at the screen. Because I'm looking from a distance, right? So I can't read their numbers. I'm just looking at the way they are, the way that they move, their skin tones, obviously. I always get it mixed. But yeah, I meant Fofana. And their names are also close. Yunus Musa, Yusuf Fofana. Rangers to Musa, hopefully. Calabria, back to Yunus. Musa goes back central to Calabria. Calabria's not going to have the quality to be able to cross this in, man. And he doesn't. He passes it right to them. Why are you guys using Calabria to cross the ball in? You got to use one of your own, your main guys. I do think Milan's going to win, so... if you guys know what I'm doing, you know what I'm doing on my phone right now. I think they're winning, so I can't see them losing. If they lose, they lose, I guess. But let's make this a little bit more fun. Rangers. Theo with a good ball in for Pulisic earlier. That was a great chance created by Milan. That was a quality opportunity made by these guys, and they just sort of gave it up for no reason. First mistake from Musa. Oh my God, someone almost scored. It was Davide. Oh, it was Rangers, sorry. That was a sneaky shot in. Morata may have gotten a little bit of feather off his foot on there. His little toenail, if even. Let's go. Let's get this done. You can't be... Wait, if I look at the position of Cagliari right now, right? Because I think they're in 18th place. If they are, that's just not good enough. You can't be sitting around 0-0. Let's see where Cagliari is. Cagliari's 18th place. They're a relegation side, man. 17 points? It's not like Milan's much better. They're only 8th place. But come on. You have Juventus who drop points. Lazio drop points. You got to capitalize. You crank yourself up to 30 points. We need this win. We need this win. Chow stays on the ball. Nice work, Malik. Very calm and collected. Mike's going to be kicking himself. Let's see. No way. Jonathan with a Panama flag? I don't know. I might be wrong. Kenneth says, why did Fofana stop running? That's exactly what I said. Why did he give up on that? You got to at least keep running, even if you can't catch up. Maybe the situation will allow you to be able to get it into a good position. But either way, Mike, it's Mike's fault. Alvaro Morata. Oh. Fofana, that's on Fofana. How did Maignan not save this? It's just one of those days. It rarely happens to good goalkeepers, but it happened today. Unfortunately, we had to see that. Kareem says no. Anthony says weak by Mike. Yeah, it was. Completely went through his hands. Lorenzo says not so magic Mike. Yeah, not quite. Cagliari's looking good when they're in Milan's box. Milan looks very threatened. Pulisic clears it out, just hoiks it out of the box. That's when you just need some time to regroup when you're a star player who can control the ball and maybe start driving it forward. Just hoiks it out, like get it out. Let's reshape and rebuild. Wuxia says Lord Dragui said, "Wow, my God, you got a long name, my friend." Okay, here we go. Here's an attack coming up. Rafa Leao on the left. Leao, someone on the overlap. Leao's going to check. Leao to Pulisic. Christian! Oh my God, what a ball from Rafa. Excellent ball from Rafa. Christian just didn't do it. Should have done it. Oh, what a ball from Leao to Pulisic. My God. Anybody who calls Leao selfish, watch this ball. Oh, Christian right at the goalkeeper, man. So it is going to be Tammy and Jimenez who's going to come on. Oh my God. Whew, feeling oil. Reinders. That falls to Musa. Musa drives to the Teo. Teo might pass it to... No, he doesn't. Teo might cross this in. Teo might take a shot from outside the box. Teo's going to take it. I think Teo's going to take it. Teo took it, but it went to the Curva Sud. I go for a few seconds and this happens. Tucker, you got to stick around, man. You can't be messing around right now. We always used to say this. Whenever our team used to be winning, there's so much superstition, even in football. But I grew up watching cricket. Oh my God, if our team was playing well, we couldn't move. We had to stay in that position. If we got up, our family would get mad. Like, why are you standing? What do you need? Water. Oh, why do you need water right now? Just keep sitting. We're winning. So, I don't know, Tucker. You got to wear your seatbelt and don't move. Well, move now because we need a goal. Persian Skeptic says, we should have knocked on the wood when we praised Mike. Yeah, probably should have. Too late now. It's Fofana's fault. Fofana's definitely to be blamed for that. No doubt. And if you look at the way that Fofana's playing, he has a bit of an urgency to him. Oh my God, that was such a good ball from Yusuf. It just tapped off of Reinder's foot and fell to a Cagliari player. Let's go. Fofana to Reinders. Tigi. Reinders. Reinders to Pulisic. Pulisic holds on to it. Not quite. Pulisic gets back on it. My God. Ping pong in the box. Someone's claiming a penalty. Who got taken off? Calabria got taken off. Jimenez is on. I actually didn't watch that substitution. So I guess Jimenez is off. Calabria is on. Tammy is on. Who did they take off for Tammy? Was it Musa? That was my guy I would have taken off in the first half for sure. Vlad says, let's support Mike. How many times he saved us? My God, Vlad, you're right. No, there's no doubt. There's no blaming. I mean, there is blaming him for the goal, but yeah, there's no hate towards Mike. Mike's arguably our most consistent player over the last 3 years. Everybody kind of goes through ups and downs, but Mike has held it together. So no doubt, you're right. That was Fofana, not Musa. Yes, I already addressed that. I do sometimes mix them up, I'll be honest. Someone says, we need to stop taking the short corners, I swear. I think it was Kania? Someone already said it. So you guys might be onto something here. Musa got the beard. Yeah, well, I can't see the beard all the way from here. Leao, please get to that header. Ducati says, I think Leao's gotten a little bit quiet in this half. We're about 64 minutes in, but we haven't seen the Leao we were seeing in the first half. So, yeah, we need Leao to also kind of liven up a little bit now. Pulisic, oh my God, man. Yes, that was close from Christian. Terrible defense. From which side, Kareem? From Milan? Yeah, probably Milan too. Oh, Tammy, don't do this to me, man. He's not walking freely. Don't do this to me, Tammy. We need you. What happened there? When did he get taken? Yeah, see, Yusuf, sorry. The way that, yeah, Fofana should have done better. Oh my God, look at him. He's just like running over there complaining. He should have been running full click back at that. He gave up the ball. Everybody knows that it was Mike's fault though on that. You could just see from their reaction. I just watched the replay and every single player was they just stopped. Shock in their face. So it's one of those days. But it can't be a freaking 1-1. I will tear things apart if it's a 1-1. We need 3 points. We need a win. 25 minutes to go in this game. Pick up a goal. Let's go now. Pulisic. Jimenez. Spreads it out wide to Teo. Teo from outside the box. Wow, Teo with that old school Teo shot. I love it. Falls to Leao. Leao crosses this in. First time. Pulisic with the header. Falls to Morata. Morata wins a corner kick. Don't go short. That's the message from the community. So don't go short. Don't you dare. We want to see a cross come in now. Teo with that old. Oh, look at that's the Teo we've missed. That's the Teo we've missed. He's putting his right hand up. I think that means he's going to cross it in. Teo with the long corner in. Doesn't even beat the first man. Maybe that's why they're going short. But that goes out for another corner kick. Let's see what happens here. Terracciano gets the second ball off the field. Teo is waiting for the coach's instructions. Oh, he goes short. That's going to make some people boil in the comments. Tajani Rangers with a good ball in. Ah, not quite a good ball. That should be a corner kick. Goes out for a foul. Yeah, sorry guys, they did it to you again. They took it short. Super subs ready to come on? Well, let's hope they're super subs. Dogo Fiero says, I'm Italian and Milanista. Your channel is great for engaging Rossoneri worldwide. I appreciate it, Dogo Fiero. Dogo Fiero. I appreciate the kind words. Davide Calabria with a pensive look on his mind. Thinking. Concerned about his future. Well, it wasn't a very good performance at the end of the day. Reinders sends it back to Teo. Teo allows the teammates to get a little bit further up. Look at the way that they're defensively lining up. 5-man backline pretty much. There's not even an overload from Milan. There's 4 attackers there. Anybody can get double teamed. Jimenez. Who's that? Reinders crosses this in to nobody, right to the goalkeeper. Come on, Tigi. We need a better version of Reinders, I gotta say. The match against Juventus, the match against Inter, last 2 games that we've seen Reinders play, they haven't been the Reinders that we've seen. We need him. We need him today very badly now. You cannot come back from a cup win and tie against Cagliari. That there's nothing that deflates the team and the belief faster than that. You want to keep riding the high. If they pick up a win in the last minute or something, it's going to be one of those commentaries about, never die spirit in this team. But I want a good win today. I don't want a 92nd minute, second goal being scored and then hunkering down to defend it. Let's make it a 3-1. Let's not even look at a second goal. Let's look at how we're going to get 2 and 3. Because this has to be a statement, not a statement performance, but it has to be a solid performance. And because the goal that they conceded was a big mistake from Mike, they haven't even really earned a goal yet. Theo crosses this into no one. I can't handle a 1-1 today, guys. I'll be honest. Someone says, not someone. K. Minadorf 03 says, Tammy's always hurt. It seems like, every game you feel like he goes down with some issue. Maybe a little fragile. He's a little fragile. Because every game, you're right, he seems to go down a little bit, and it's a problem. Rafa, on the left, tries to give it out to Theo, and he does. Does pretty well, actually. Goes out for a corner kick, yet again. That was a good ball from Leao. I'm impressed that Theo got on the end of that. But Milan's starting to run out of time a little bit. Less than 20 minutes to go now. A little bit. Not run out of time, but run out of time a little bit. Let's see this. Cleared out. Corner kick. Theo gets on the end of this. Jimenez plays it back to Theo. Theo has a lot of his players in the box. He might cross this in. Chooses not to. Goes to Reinders. Reinders with his right foot is going to get it. Reinders with a ridiculous shot from outside the box. From miles away. Why are you guys doing this to us? Why are you taking these kinds of shots? Just play a normal game. You're good. Don't take these glory shots. Why do they keep focusing the camera on Calabria? Mickey says something interesting. Yes, you're right. Pulisic isn't taking them. He's talking about the corner kicks. True. I don't know why. He's been taking them unbelievably well. So how come suddenly it's Reinders who's taking corner kicks? Good point. I didn't notice that. Because Pulisic has been injured for about a month, I forgot that he was one taking the corner kicks and taking them so well. Oh, come on, Jimenez. Get back now. Get back. You can't lose the ball now. Good job, I guess, but this is giving some odd vibes to me, this game, I'll be honest. A little under 18 minutes to go, and I'll be honest, I'm getting a little bit nervous. Because it's not looking quite the way that I would have thought it would look at this point. They are definitely trying to create attacks from the back. If you look, Milan's not trying to play it out as much from the back. They want to go long and get it into Cagliari's half as quickly as possible. There's about 5 Milan players up top. Looks like Reinders is going to get on the end of this. Reinders has to get... They parked the bus, man. Look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 guys inside their box. 4 guys creating a line right in front of the box. So they're also making it super hard for them to be able to do anything with it. Jimenez pushed out there. Bit strange. That was very strange. The way that he got pushed out. Hey, what are those orange things on the bottom? I'm looking at the chat and there are these like yellow bubbles popping up. I don't even know what that is. Reinders. Tigi. Ciao. All right, you know, in the FIFA game, you just have to pull up a little bit to the TV, and if I'm feeling that way, Leao. That falls to Pulisic almost, not quite. Cagliari on the counter. Jimenez does a good job of getting in his way. Fofana gets on the end of the ball. Fofana, gotta go central. Make it quick. Goes to Chao. Chao spreads it out to Teo. Teo has options up front, but the 4-4-2 has more options. He can just whip a cross in from an angle, and one of his, two guys up front can get on the end of it, but not quite. Leao crosses this in. Pulisic. It's just they're doing the right thing. They're trying the right things a few times now, but the end product and the final execution of their idea just not quite there. It's been 2 or 3 crosses by now that Milan has made, and they've gone out for goal kicks. Oh, that drops to Rafael really nicely. Leao gets past one, gets past one, gets past one for sure, and goes out for a corner kick. Piling on the corner kicks, Milan, or is that a goal kick? Oh, that is a goal kick. 10 corner kicks for Milan, or 10 or 11, 1 for them. 75 minutes in, sitting 1-1. Oh, Mike is going to feel bad if it stays 1-1. That's a throw in for Milan. Here we go. Fofana to Pulisic. Pulisic from the right. Pulisic doesn't have a lot of options. Jimenez tried to go on the overlap. Look at that. Again, another cross. It's everybody. It's not just Pulisic. It's everybody. Pulisic, Leao, Theo Hernandez, Reinders, all of them have made crosses into the box, either have gone out for a goal kick or have gone a cross straight down the throat of the goalkeeper. And now Cagliari is going to kill off as much time as possible. They have a player who's getting on his knees because apparently he has some issue with his arm, if I understand that right. And he might actually be coming off, so it may have been legit. But it's everybody. It's just poor quality attacks. Novisol says, Chow from Toronto. Well, hello to you too. Fellow Torontonian. I know Novisol, guys. I know them very well. Wink, wink. Why is Pulisic not taking corners anymore? Yeah, that's literally what we were talking about earlier. Where is he? Ducatier says, another Milan supporter in the GTA. Ducatier, I made her a Milan supporter. She wasn't before I met her. Adrian says, oh my God, dude, what are these passes? That's what I'm talking about. The amount of crosses and passes that have come into the box and have gone out for a goal kick and just a switch of possession for Milan. It's just clumsy, and now you're running out of time. And if Cagliari hit you now, how many times have we seen something like that happen? You get all these opportunities, you don't take them, you don't execute them properly, and before you know it, the opposition scores a goal. And suddenly you drop points now against an 18th place side again for the second time in the season. And this is getting into that territory, the 77 minutes, 78 minutes. If the other team scores around the 88th, now suddenly it's all helter-skelter attack, and you might salvage a point then. That's what I'm saying. Now. We need a goal now. Leao trying to take on his man. Can't. They cut off complete angles for him. Fofana, go to Jimenez. Jimenez with some space. There we go. Jimenez cross it in, gets into the box. Alex. Oh my God, Tammy. Did he literally head that over the crossbar? No, he didn't. I don't believe it. Jimenez with a good run in. Oh my God, Tammy overshot the ball. He ran too fast towards the ball. Oh my God, Tammy, that's the easiest header you're going to get. What are you doing? Oh, that's a goal. That's the easiest tap-in header. He chested it over the crossbar. Don't do this. Don't do this to us. We can't handle another 1-1 after taking a high. You've done this to us too many times. We do well. We even win something. And then you give us a gift. The next gift we get from you, some crappy garbage. 18th place. Cagliari's 18th place. You're at the San Siro. You're playing at home, guys. You're like going toe-to-toe with them. Look at that. Look at that back heel. Fofana does a good job there. There we go. There's some space now. Morata crosses it in to Tammy. He's onside. If he's onside. Tammy! Oh my God, he doesn't even make the most of it. Should have scored. And he wasn't offside apparently. This is what we mean. Strikers, good. Thank you for the help. Dropping back, helping out in the midfield. You got to score goals before anything else. Same request from Tammy now. He did score a goal, I know, but consistency. Abraham. Oh. 80 minutes in now. Still 0-0. Tammy with 2 excellent chances. If he was onside there, that should have been a goal. Oh my God, he was so onside. Oh, that's so bad. He was fully onside. Oh, Tammy, you were onside, my guy. You have to score from that. That's a 1v1 with the goalkeeper. With space, acres of space. This is when you start to get that sense. It might be one of those days. Whoa, look at Jimenez. Love from Switzerland. Lorenzo. I appreciate it, my friend. Tammy can only score goals from tap-ins. Hey, want us a trophy? Let's just be nice to him. But yeah, he's got to do better than that. This is not good enough. Agent says these guys are not strikers, man. They're absolutely not goal scorers. And I think that's the key word, is goal scorers. That's why Milan needs a striker. That's why when they go for Rashford again, I'm like, another one? Another supporting player? Where's the striker? Jimenez. Oh my God, Jimenez almost scored a goal. He calls it a foul. Whoa, Jimenez is not happy. Relax. Relax. Don't get a red card. Oh, look at that. Rangers is doing this to Jimenez. He's like, think what you're doing. We can't pick up a red card right now. Play with your mind. He's a young guy. He's got that fire. Fofana. Great ball to Jimenez. What about that was a foul from the ref? Why would he give a yellow card? Why would he give that as a yellow card? Are you dumb? I mean, sure, you can call it a foul, no doubt, but he's clearly going for the ball. What do you expect him to just be like, okay, okay, goalkeeper, you keep it? That's not a yellow at all. Stop it. Farouk says, I have played football my whole life, and the hardest teammates to play with are the unpredictable ones. You can't tell what they're trying to do offensively. That's Leao. What's going on? Their goalkeeper is going to what? He's going to take this goal kick by next Friday? Rangers on the ball. You mean for the teammates? For the teammates themselves? Play with are the unpredictable ones. Hey, some people will say Leao's too predictable. He's always just going to do the same thing. Drive the ball in, switch to his right foot. Oh, that's a ball given away. That's what we need. We need some switch of possession for Milan now. Almost 84 minutes in. Teo. We're going to celebrate another late win. Come on, man. Fofana. To Leao. Rafa. Leao. Leao with the drive in. Leao loses the ball. Falls to Chao. Chao still has it. Drops it to Ficaio. Tomori. Not many options. Goes to Fofana on the edge of the box. Don't take a long-range shot. I can't believe why you're taking a long-range shot from there. That's bullshit hero ball garbage. Come on. You can't take it. You have all these bodies loaded up in the box. What are you going to take a shot from there for? You made a mistake. It costed us a goal. Move on. Don't be the hero. 84 minutes in, man. Even though the commentator is like fully low volume, I can still hear him say deja vu, and I know what he's talking about. He's talking about this happening once again to the team and to us. Leao from the left. Leao drives it in. Leao. Double teamed, man. He needs some support. Fofana, don't you dare. Reinders. To Jimenez. Jimenez to Chao. Quick. Nice ball from Jimenez. Milan's looked a lot better in attack from the right since Jimenez came on. Leao. That's not a bad shot. I got to be honest. I know what Leao was trying to do there. Probably not the best idea, but man, that wasn't as bad as Fofana. But yeah, we can't keep doing this. He was trying to catch him off guard. And it's not a bad shot, but no, man. We need execution. We can't be waiting for hopeful. Maybe. Who's coming on? Who's this guy? I don't even know who this is. Some guy is coming on that I've never even seen in my life. It's not Shaka Traore. It's not Voss. Maybe you guys can tell me. Yeah, I know Tucker. I can't go Tucker 836. I can't go with the draw this week. We can't. We need to ride. We need to stay on the high. We're enjoying the high. Let us be high. Tomori. Fikayo. Straight to the goalkeeper. I can't expect Fikayo to really be doing too much, but guys, who's the guy who's coming on? Someone quickly tell me. Who is that? Huh? Omoragabe. Teo to Rafa. Rafa spreads it out to Teo. Teo has the pace, and he keeps it. Oh, come on. Calls that a foul. 86 minutes, 45 seconds. This is not looking good, guys. This is not looking good. Omoregbe. That's who. They took Leao off. We need a win, and he took Leao off. Leao's not going to be happy. This is bad. I feel like this is deja vu. This is the beginning of the season. Oh my God. What are we going to do now? Omoregbe is in. Someone says why. I don't know why. This is bad. It's 87 minutes and you're taking Leao off. Wow, that's a ballsy move, gotta say. I think that actually taking Rafa off, even if you take him, Omoregbe gives them a foul. The fact that he took Leao off, just the act of taking him off the field, sometimes I feel like brings the confidence or that feeling within the team down. Because you suddenly, like, at least if I can speak for myself, I don't know, you guys tell me. If I can speak for myself, it makes me now feel like we're not going to win today. It actually does. I'm not even making it up. I'm not trying to be dramatic. There's something about the belief that just goes out if you feel like the performance was so bad that you have to take your star player off, then it almost makes you feel like this is just not a good performance. Now we need Christian to step up because Christian is the one who's going to be taking that spot on the left wing. Switches play with Rangers. Pulisic. Christian, do something, man. Christian tries to cross it in. Christian crosses it in. What is Morata doing? Why even go for the header? Yeah, basically. Exactly. Same. Everybody, look at the look on the people's face in the stadium. Everybody's confused because it makes you just lose belief. I don't even know what to say. If they lose this, that's gonna be disaster again. Oh, the life of a Milan fan is never peace. It's either chaos or it's pure joy. It's chaos. Everything was falling apart, and then everything was looking like it was recovering, and now suddenly everything feels like, okay, maybe it wasn't as good as we thought. Because if you can't beat an 18th place team at home, and you can't beat an 18th place team even once in the season, then do you really deserve to go to the Champions League? The way that player from Cagliari behaved, I really hope we score a goal. Is that Piccoli? Yeah, he is. I really hope now we score, because that guy deserves to get a goal scored in his face. I hope Omoregbe scores. What do we even bring that guy on for? On the right flank? I don't know what the hell he's going to do on the right. He better be great. Omoregbe. Omar. I'm just going to call him Omar. Drives the ball. Crosses it in. Oh my God, someone almost scored. Oh my God, someone almost scored off that Omoregbe cross. It was Tammy again. Wait, what was that? Oh, it was almost an own goal. Yeah, he kept the ball in. Oh, it just came off of their defender. And it fell right to... Rangers. Oh my God, what are you doing, Fofana? It's so flat-footed, man. Chow gets the ball out. But no one's there to attack. Wow, we're going to actually draw this, guys. This is disaster. Leao should have been subbed off 20 minutes ago. No, man. You think Milan looks any better without him? Come on. Soler E96. No, he brings creativity. I don't know why we keep debating this, but what are you going to get out of replacing Leao? No one should have been subbed off. I think they should have just let them kind of figure it out. I don't think this is an effective substitution of taking Leao off and putting Omoregbe on, as if that guy's going to solve our problems. Alvaro. If anything, we should have taken probably Morata off and put the youth player on. Morata wins the ball back. 2.5 minutes to go. Everybody's played garbage. Let's be real about it. Let's not beat around the bush and pretend as if we played really well. Most of Milan's attack has played garbage, including Morata, including Tammy, including Pulisic, including Leao, including... Well, I guess those are the four guys. They've all... Including Rangers to some degree too. They've just been... I think they just thought that because they won the trophy, that suddenly their problems are solved and they can do anything now. And it's going to be an easy walk. We still got 2 minutes, so you can still win this. Let's just do that. A Cagliari player is trying to stop the game. I think he's trying to fall... No, not quite. Fofana. Come on, Fofana. We need something from you. Because you're the one who caused this entire... Oh my God, Jimenez with a ridiculous ball. And look at Sergio Conceicao's reaction to Jimenez. Like, I mean, such a stupid ball from Jimenez. One and a half minutes to go. Yeah, we're drawing this, guys. I'm sorry. I'm glad I didn't make 4 takeaways for this depressing game. Still a minute 15 to go, so I don't know. Maybe something can happen, but I don't think so. One minute to go. Jimenez with a stupid ball to Omoregbe on the right. Just lost possession. Goal kick. Come on, Mike. This is it. 45 seconds. Tomori. Chow. Moves it up. Chow to Fofana. Fofana to Omoregbe. Omoregbe. Don't you dare take a shot. Omoregbe. Oh, that's a foul. That's a foul. That's a foul on the edge of the box. This is it. Teo Hernandez territory. Oh. 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 Oh my God. Oh my God. I promise, oh my God is all that I can say right now. This is the spot. This is where Milan wants to take it. They need this. They need to take it from here. Here we go. Anything. Just give me anything, please. I mean, give me a goal. I don't want anything else, if anything. Teo. Oh, God, they need something here. Teo. Rangers and Teo both are going to stand on top of this. But if we know how this team played, I mean, you kind of need their goalkeeper to make the same mistake that Sommer did there. Because really, it was Sommer's fault that caused that Teo goal. He should have been doing such a better job covering his near post. He committed himself to the other side a bit too much. Come on, guys. Please. Please. Rangers. Teo! Oh my God! Right off the goalkeeper. Oh my God, Teo right off the goalkeeper, man. Oh my God, Teo laced it right at him. If he had just gone for one corner, left or right. Oh, garbage game. There it is. There it is. There it is, guys. The problems of AC Milan still exist. Nothing had been solved by the Super Cup. Possibly. Nothing has been solved by Sergio Conceicao's arrival. We're still where we were 2 weeks ago. 10 days ago. I don't even know what to say about this. I really don't know what to say about this. And I know it's depressing for you guys too. I'll wait for some of you guys to pop in after the game is done. Usually a lot of you guys pop in after the game's done. I don't know why you guys would want to watch anything about this game. If you just want to vent, just slam the comments and just keep going at it. Don't go at it with each other. Don't fight. Don't argue. We'll talk about the game, but my God, you cannot be serious. What a depressing performance. What a depressing performance. What a depressing substitution. I gotta be honest, that's probably where I'll start. With all love to any Milan player who wears the Rossoneri shirt, Omoregbe, I didn't know you existed, my friend. I know who you are now. You passed in a pretty good ball for a chance, but you should not be replacing Rafael on the 87th minute. You just shouldn't. If you're going to make a replacement of a big player, it better be someone really reliable or somebody you know is a proven guy. The guy just made his debut right now in a Serie A game. For Rafael Leao, I know Leao didn't do as much. I know none of them did. But you kind of got to leave it to chance. You saw what if we had used the same logic, you would have taken him off in other games too. In the 93rd minute, he assisted a goal for Tammy. You can't take your best player off in the 87th when you're chasing a 1-1. I don't know what kind of call that was. And that too with Omoregbe. I understand if Pulisic was unfit or whatever. He was, on the bench and you said, hey, you know what? Rafa, you're off. Christian, you're on. Rafa, you're off. Some guy none of us have ever heard of makes his debut right now. And Pulisic plays on the left. Did we see any? Did we even see Pulisic touch the ball on the left for the last? It was 95 minutes, right? The game went on for. That means from 87th minute when Leao was taken off till the 95th minute. That's 8 minutes. Did we see Pulisic do anything on the left? No, because we don't need to see him do anything on the left. He plays well on the right. Leave him on the right. Leave Pulisic on the left. Sorry, Leao on the left. Zortea gets the player of the match, the guy who scored. Are you kidding me right now? That guy just took a shot from outside the box. That was all on Mike. Oh my God, Maignan, man. Now I'm pissed with even Maignan. I really don't know what to say to you guys. Like, this is so frustrating and depressing. Well, let's do this for 10-15 minutes. I'll chat with you guys. I'll go through some comments. There's about 338 of you guys here. So that's a big number. 338 of you guys here. I would really appreciate if we can crank up the likes from 213, maybe past 300, maybe past. Yeah, let's just aim high. How about 300? I was going to say 250. Let's aim higher than Milan aimed in this game. So crank that up, and I don't even know. What, you want me to go through the players right now? This is depressing. This is a horrible performance from the guys to back up after a really good cup win. The most frustrating part about this entire thing is that, as somebody said, Juventus dropped points, Lazio dropped points, and Atalanta dropped points. I mean, are you trying not to play in the Champions League next season? Is that the goal? Somehow manage to not play in it? Because the other teams are lining it up for you, like, hey, come overtake us. And this team is like, nah, we'll just sit around. We're good at 8th. Screw it. We don't even want to play Conference League. I mean, are you kidding me right now? What the points that this team is dropping? I mean, even if we look at what has been happening, I mean, I could go over the player performances, but I really don't want to. I just want to vent about the team right now. We'll come back to that if anything, maybe. But if I'm just opening up the table, the Serie A table here, right? I'm opening up Milan's performance. Like, just look at this. I need to get these betting websites things out. So I'm just doing that right now and trying to open it up for you guys. And then I'll switch screens. But just check this out. Right. Now, if we look at... Sorry, I can't have those websites in there, guys. Honestly, obviously, you know what I mean when I say that. So let's just, maybe you won't be able to see the Milan part, but there we go. Okay, you can see it. Look at Juventus, guys. Draw, win, draw. That's a team inviting you, gift wrapping it for you to overtake them. But our response to that, basically the same, just one more win and one more loss. Look at Lazio. They have a worse record than us. Lazio's lost 2 games. They're inviting us. Take over. Look at Atalanta. Last 2 matches. 2 draws. What are our guys doing? We haven't won a Serie A game in 3 matches now. And the thing is, like, there's something about Milan's fortunes today too, right? There's the amount of times we hit the crossbar, hit the goalpost. Even the goal that they ended up scoring came off the goalpost. And a tap in from Morata. So it wasn't even a very good goal, if you really think about it, right? It was a good cross in from Theo, but not the best goal per se. But man, that I'm just they're playing highlights, and I'm just looking at Maignan there. That's just not good. The fact that it now ends up costing us 3 points. And Pulisic, man, Leao set it up for Christian. Set it up. Everybody who complains about Leao, just look at the way that he dissected that ball. And then Tammy, oh my God, I'm looking at these replays. This is pissing me off even more. The amount of chances these guys had. Tammy had a 1v1 with the goalkeeper. Christian had a 1v1 with the goalkeeper. 2 of the guys had 1v1s with the goalkeeper and they both fluffed it. Every cross that came in from Leao, that came in from Theo, that came in from Reinders, that came in from Pulisic, it was finding either the goal, it was a goal kick, or it was finding going right down the throat of the goalkeeper. What did you guys think? You can just win the game today? Because you won the cup? Everybody has to lie down and just let you win the rest of the games? You still have to go out of there and earn it. They didn't look good. Are you kidding me? Let's just go to your comments. There's not much I can say about this game. It just pisses you off, really. Yeah, let's just see what you guys have to say because, oh, sorry. I think Anthony left okay, sorry. I got to see a few of these guys because Anthony also left a donation and I want to get to it. Joey says, good first half, slow second, Leao ghosted in second. Agreed. Yeah, Leao ghosted in second. A lot of our attack was ghosted in second. I don't think anybody did anything. If anything, we can't really say that Leao ghosted in the second in the sense that the good chances that were created, we just saw them right now in the highlights. One of them was created by Leao. One of them was created by Musa. One fell to Pulisic. One fell to Tammy. I think Tammy probably had the most egregious misses today. One was I think it was a cross in from, I don't remember who it was a cross in from, but it went off of Tammy's chest over the crossbar. All he needed to do was just head it. The control came off the chest. Then Tammy was 1v1 with the goalkeeper and he missed it completely. Then Pulisic was 1v1 with the goalkeeper. He missed it completely. So you're right, Joey, but there's also, I mean, that they should have done a lot better. Anthony, looks like we need Rashford, Kush. Yeah, I guess we do, apparently. I mean, yeah, but the question with that, Anthony, still is, what is Rashford going to do? In the sense that, sure, he's going to be another addition, but don't you think we need a out-and-out striker at this point in time? The kind of misses that we had with Tammy, even Morata in the first half. I think what this Milan team needs is actually a out-and-out striker, if anything. What is this? Okay, yeah, sorry, I need to get that off the screen. Brian, since you typed in comments, don't do the comments, guys. I guess you might be out. You might be mad. Seeing Zlatan out. Football Kush, Jimenez and Silvano Vos not starting instead of these scrubs, Calabria and Musa, makes no sense. Conceicao. Why is Zlatan still here? Abraham can't score any difficult goals. Zlatan out. Well, I don't think, Brian, that necessarily getting Zlatan out is the answer. I don't think I've ever felt like, hey, if he's not here, then we'll be starting to win. I haven't really reached that conclusion for any reason. I do think that the management owes sometimes more accountability to the fans, but I don't think I've ever felt like, oh, that will solve our problems. I think we just need better signings. But Jimenez did play quite a bit, and he was okay. He was okay. I wouldn't say the same thing for Musa. I don't think Musa had a very good game, but I also don't think that Musa needs to be sold or go anywhere. I think Musa's a good player, but I can't... If in today's entire game, the players that I go after are Calabria and Musa, I'm not doing justice to Calabria and Musa, because the players that should be called out, like I've never seen Calabria or Musa to be the guys they'll win us the game. They'll change the game. Once the players that change games are Theo, are Leao, are Pulisic, are Tammy, are Morata, Reinders. There's 6 good quality attacking guys that you have on the field at the same time when you're playing against the 18th place team in the league. I can't put this on Calabria or Musa. I got to put it on those guys. You can't be sitting around crossing every ball from Theo, Leao, Reinders, Pulisic, these 4 guys especially. Every ball from these 4 guys from about the 65th after Cagliari scored, from about the 65th minute till about the 85th minute when Leao was eventually subbed off. Almost every single cross from them just went out for a goal kick or into the arms of the goalkeeper for a kickback. That's on the star guys. They're the guys who are supposed to score it for us. So I won't put it on Musa or Calabria. I'm going to put it on the main players. Captain Magnitude says, not sure about Morata and Tammy. They're simply not good. Hey, for the last 2 games, like, we don't want to forget the things that they have done, or at least Tammy has done. But yeah, you don't want to just be playing with tap and merchants, right? You want players who can actually create something for you and take the tough chances. As a number 9, if you're a striker, truly, when you're 1v1 with the goalkeeper in that position that Tammy was, and you're known to be a good dribbler, you can run with the ball and you can finish, you have got to finish that chance. There's no debate about that. That had to be a goal from Tammy. The position that Pulisic found himself in, that pass from Leao, 1v1 with the goalkeeper. Sure, it was a tighter angle. Tammy had the entire goal to sort of gauge. Pulisic had a much tighter angle. So sure, it was but still, man. And even the way that we conceded that goal, from Fofana to not track back and just sort of leave the ball there. Leave the player. He lost the ball and he's just flailing his arms around like, oh my God, man, what is this? What is that? No, how about run back? And he slowly starts jogging back. And then obviously Mike with absolute disaster today. I don't know, man. Mismatch says Tammy could have had 2 goals but missed both opportunities. We shouldn't sign him. I when it comes to making assessments on signing a player or not, I'll probably leave it to the end of the season because we never know what's going to change. But if you're asking me off of today, off of the beginning of the season till today from Tammy, he's not, if you're going to ask for 35 million for a player like that, I would say thank you. No, thank you. And that's the thing with Tammy. If you're going to get him for anything under 20 million, maybe you can consider that. But even then, I haven't seen anything from Tammy up until now that makes you feel like this guy, if he's playing, can change. He can change the game, to be honest. He actually can. He's just not been doing it. He has the quality. He can move around with the ball. He can finish his chances too, but he was a disaster today, and so were his teammates. Walid says, again, drop points stupidly. Yeah. Again, Walid. Sick of it. I just need to move your comment out 1 second. Just look at this. Walid, I'll show this to you. Oh my God, Walid, you're not leaving the screen, my friend. There he goes. Draw, win, draw, loss. In the last 5 games, wow. In the last 5 games, Milan has only won 1 game in the league. 5 games, 1 win? You deserve to be in 8th. What do you think? You're going to be fighting for the Scudetto? It's wild. Absolutely wild. I'm glad I went live today. You think I want to get depressed myself making a review for this? I'm glad. Initially, I was telling my friends, hey, let's get together on Sunday. Instead, I want to make a video. I want to put out a review. But I'm like, you know what? Let's just go live and make a transfer market video on Sunday. That's what you're going to get now. You're not going to get no boring 4 takeaways on a 1-1 draw against Cagliari, 18th place. We picked up 2 points off of Cagliari this season, guys. Could have picked up 6. You know how much 6 points would help us? Let's see this. Milan's at 28. 34. You'd be above Juventus. You'd be above Juventus, and you would be 2 points behind Lazio. 2 points behind Lazio with a game in hand. If you'd just beaten Cagliari today and the last time. Just Cagliari, just one team. The 18th place team, if you'd beaten them the first time after you just came off of a Real Madrid win, and if you'd just beaten Cagliari today at the San Siro, right after a Super Cup win, those 4 points, would send you to Fiorentina, equal with Fiorentina, sorry, at 32, because you picked up 1 point. And then you'd be one game behind Lazio. I'm honestly just staring at this table and I'm like, everybody is dropping points. And we're just not capitalizing on it. So sometimes maybe, maybe you just got to put your hands up and say, hey, yeah, I guess probably we're just not good enough to make Champions League football. It is supposed to be the best teams in the league. Champions League is not a God-given right. Champions League is an earned spot for the teams that are the best in the league. Are we playing the best in the league if you get 2 points out of 6 off of an 18th place side? Canis says, I love how you guys put the blame on Maignan for one mistake this season and not putting the blame on Tammy or Morata. No, I mean, I don't know who in the comments is doing that, but over here from my side, Maignan is the least to be blamed for where we sit in the table. But Maignan is probably most to be blamed for what happened today, because he should have stopped that. No question about it. That was a big mistake. But when you play so well throughout the entirety of the season and bail your team out so many times throughout the entirety of the season, a game can be blamed on you, but your 8th place cannot be blamed on you. And sure, he conceded a goal, but he conceded a goal in the 55th minute. You have another 40 minutes to go in the game. If you truly are a good quality side, and you have players like Tammy, Morata, Leao, Pulisic, Theo, Reinders up front, creating your attacks, you should be fine still, even if Maignan makes a mistake when you're playing against an 18th place team. So this is on the attackers way more, you're right, than it is on Maignan for today. Ducatier says, no reviews video, please. Don't need to review it. Do not make another video. Don't do another video of anything but. Yeah, well, Ducati, I got you, man. That is the plan. I'm not making a video review on this. I'm just going to run through a few of your comments, guys. It's 5:05 p.m. where I am, so I am going to have to go for our friends get-together in a little bit. Let me just run through. Let me just see if I have any updates. Am I getting late? You bet I'm getting late. It's nice to spend time with you guys too. It's not always just about going for dinners. But let's see something here. There's a bunch of you guys here. First of all, I appreciate you guys being here. Obviously, I'm not signing off right now. Don't worry. But I do wanna hear. You know, I do want to just go through some of your comments and then sign off. There's 300 of you guys here. I appreciate it. First of all, you guys sticking around. I'll just run through some of your comments and then call it a day because it's depressing. That right flank in the last 20 minutes was so weak. Pulisic today was a flop, in my opinion. As I said, I refuse to pinpoint one guy. I won't put it on Pulisic. I'm going to put it on all of them. Because Pulisic was a flop. Leao was a flop. Theo was a flop. Reinders was a flop. Tammy was a super flop. Morata was mostly just helping out in defense. Mismatch asks, 35 million, surely it's less than that. I think you're talking about Tammy, but I don't know how much whatever it is, but they probably shouldn't, probably up until what we've seen till now, not worth it. Why not try playing Jovic? Meherchand asks. Honestly, not a bad point. I don't think that's a bad point. I would rather play, actually, you know what? I don't know about Jovic either. He's barely played football this season. Who knows what he was going to do? I think anything but, I already forgot the guy's name. Ogdemir or something like that. Man, I should know these names, but I don't. I don't know who that youth team player was that came on today. I feel like he shouldn't have been. I don't know why Conceicao felt like he was the solution to our problems and Leao was the problem of our problems. I think it just was a bad day. Let's just say it that way. We should sign. I can't talk about players, Daniele, right now. I just want to talk about today's game because I am making a video on the transfers or player profiles. But Lorenzo Luca, Milan has been linked with. I think that's the Udinese striker you're talking about, right? So there has been a lot of links right now with that player. So who knows what's going to happen. But man, today's game was annoying. Let's just take this comment here from Joe. Is it Joe or Joey? I think it's Joe. I'll say both, Joe or Joey. Thank you very much for your donation. I appreciate it big time, my friend. This team needs a quality right back to pull defenders off of Pulisic. Why isn't this comment coming up big? Pulisic being double teamed. We also need an actual number 10. Morata has 0 service. Tammy needs to go. I'll keep this here. This team needs a quality right back. There's no question about that. The fact that we are now going through... Okay, Emerson was not available for today's game. I think he had accumulated too many cards, so that pulls him out of that. I feel like Calabria was pretty much ineffective. Jimenez also, I'll be very honest, he was okay. I don't think he's also going to solve Milan's problems necessarily. I just think you just need to sign a proven player at this point in time. You can't keep doing this thing of constantly signing young players and, you know, hoping that they sort of strike because it's going to cost you less money. At a certain point, you have to invest. And I don't know. Jimenez is not the answer in my opinion. So yeah, you're right. We need a quality right back. And because especially how it impacts Pulisic's gameplay, that is going to have an impact on that for sure. Because look at the quality that Leao and Theo possess when they're playing at their optimum. Not today, but when they're playing at their optimum. They do so much better because they have the quality between the two of them. Pulisic a lot of the times gets screwed over because he's left by himself either last season with Calabria or at times with Jimenez. This season at times with Emerson. So I'm with you on that. Oh my God. All right, let's just run through a few more and then go and be sad. Good thing I'm meeting my friends. At least I get to, you know, enjoy a little bit tonight. We're 8 points behind 4th place. Walid says. Walid, that's a problem. That's a big problem because it's getting more and more distant now. Now, Jesus, there's an entire half of the season still to go. The time to press the panic button is not now. That's for sure. But you need improvement. And when you already won a cup, the game after that, you have got to enforce yourself on the game a lot better. You have to be a lot more clinical with your finishing. If Sergio Conceicao sees today's performance, I have no question he's going to say, hey, I need a center forward. You guys can do what you want about Marcus Rashford. You've got to provide me with a center forward. You already let Okafor go. Jovic is also on the fence right now from what I'm hearing. I need a center forward to be able to finish the chances because in the first half, Milan created good opportunities. But a lot of the times, the way that they try to create opportunities is they try to engage the center forward into the game, but they then try and play, you know, they do overload the front line with players like Reinders and Pulisic and Leao, the way that they were playing a lot more central, a lot more crowded on the edge of Cagliari's box more so than inside. So they're not looking for a target man per se. They're looking for one of the attacking players to get it in and be able to score a goal. But I still think you need a high quality center forward for situations that Tammy got into. Idleness says no video today. Yeah, no video. There was never going to be a video today. It was just going to be the live stream. But I'll be honest, I'm glad I'm not making a video today and I went live instead. It's much rather just to have your guys' company than watch this game and make a review on it, for crying out loud. Okay. I think that's going to be it, guys, for me. I see a lot of comments. Unfortunately, I appreciate it very much. I don't think I can go through all of them. I actually can't. I have to leave now. I appreciate you guys sticking around. The only thing that I would say in passing or at the end, really to conclude this, yeah, Victor, I just don't think Milan can afford that guy, to be honest, because you're throwing out a few names there in the comments. But yeah, we need to buy a Shevchenko-like striker. Exactly. To be honest, Kush, I prefer the little talks after the matches. I know, man. I do too. It's therapeutic, especially when the team plays this way. Brian, I think, Brian, you've asked a few questions, man. Don't spam, please. I appreciate it. Is he spamming? Is Brian spamming? No, Brian's okay. My bad. I thought you were. Brian says, I support you. It's all love. Appreciate it. I don't know if that's for me or not, but anyways, I'm gonna head out now, guys. I appreciate you guys sticking around. It's a tough game, but again, keep in mind there's still one half of the season left, and also keep in mind this is a very important thing for us to really remember. We're on the high of winning the cup, but Conceicao's first game today in Serie. First game. He's never coached against a Serie side in the league. I hope I'm right about that, but I'm pretty confident I'm right. He's never coached against a Serie side in the league. He's never coached at the San Siro as a coach of one of the Milan clubs. I think he used to play for Inter, but there we go. So it's the beginning of a phase. We have to give him a little bit of time. I think the fact that we came across this goal and this goal of hitting a cup come out so fast, I think it kind of threw people off and made them believe that suddenly we're just going to go through a run of wins, which we should. But at the end of the day, there has to be an acceptance that it was his first game, and it is going to take some time for the guy to be able to build something. I mean, he brought on in the second half a player that we've never even really heard of or watched play for the first team. So he's clearly trying to figure things out, because if it was left to Fonseca, he probably would have brought on Camarda and not the guy that Conceicao brought on. So I think it's going to take a little bit of time, but the frustrations are still understandable. And honestly, I'm pretty frustrated too. So in passing, that's all that I'm going to say. Someone's saying he's coached against Serie sides. Come on now. Yeah, I know. I'm not saying that he hasn't coached against Serie sides. I'm saying he's coaching for the first time in the Serie, right? How many sides in Serie has he hasn't coached in Serie? It's a different game. The way you play in Europe, the way you play in the league is not the same. So I don't know. Depressing, but it's time for me to go. I appreciate you guys. Thank you very much for tuning in. There's hundreds of you guys in here. There's about 230 of you guys in here still. I appreciate your support. I appreciate all the donations. I appreciate all the likes. We're at about 269. It would be great if we can crank it over even more. But I'll see you guys in the comments. And tomorrow, the next rumor or real episode is going to be dropping. Name some players after I go off here. Omoregbe. Yeah, he created a good chance. He did. You said he was decent. He did create a good chance, and I thought he was okay. I just don't think that he was the answer instead of Rafael Leao. But let's be honest, we got nothing from our attackers. This loss, or this feels like a loss when it's against an 18th place team. When you're up 1-0 at the San Siro, it does feel like a loss. But I feel like it's on all the players, and that's where we're gonna leave it at. But once again, in passing, I always like to leave it on a more positive note. Still got half a season to go, so let's not panic. But 8 points, you need results right away. I guess next one is against Como. Need to pick up the 3 points. Thank you guys. I appreciate it. As always, Forza Milan. Grazie mille. Ciao a tutti guys.